After arriving at Knapford, Nelson was introduced to Gordon, the express engine. It's very nice to meet you, Nelson. Hopefully we'll have more time to get to know each other soon. However, at the moment, I must be off of the express. We mustn't be late after all. And with that, Gordon pulled smoothly out of the station and down the line. Next they had to wait, while Glenn moved the coaches into position for their run up Thomas's branch line. It's very nice to meet you, Nelson, said Glenn. It's nice to meet you too, Nelson replied.
Come on, Glenn. Can't you get these coaches to us any faster?
I'm getting there, James. Having a little bit of patience wouldn't hurt you, you know. At last the train was ready. Nelson and James headed out of Knapford Station. Nelson thought about telling James how rude he had been, decided against it. He didn't want to get on his bad side already, after all. Nelson couldn't help being excited as they started down the line. For the first time in years, he was about to have a good run and do a good job. He only hoped that he would be able to be a really useful engine.
Well, that's the bus yard on our left,
said James.
Boney the bus lives there. He'll sometimes be helping you on the branch line.
I've never worked with a bus before. He won't try to steal my passengers, will he?
No, he might joke about it, but he would never do that. After all, he's one of Thomas's best friends.
A boy on the bridge called out to them as they passed. Hello, James! It's good to see another engine here! James whistled a cheerful hello as they went under the bridge.
That's the Tidmouth Dairy. They provide milk for the entire island, although please don't use the milk to extinguish any fires. They get a little upset when we do that.
Does that happen often? Slightly confused Nelson asked.
No, but we did have a tank engine working here a few years ago that didn't. It was a drought and there was no water. It still annoyed the farmers, though.
They pulled into the first station on the line.
We're going to have to wait here for a few minutes,
said James.
Henry's due by with a heavy goods train that takes priority over all passengers.
Hello there. You must be the new engine. My name's Henry. I'd love to get to know you, but I've got to get this shipment to the docks as quickly as possible. It's essential.
Henry's been here for a very long time. He's our heavy goods engine. Oh no. Henry! There's something under your trucks! Stop! Stop!
Driver, said Henry. We have to stop. James says there's something under one of our trucks. His driver quickly shut off steam and applied the brakes. Henry came coasting to a stop, worried about what might be under his trucks. Nelson and James quickly arrived.
Driver, could you please go look under his car and make sure that everything's okay?
James asked his driver. His driver quickly jumped down and ran over to the trucks. It's nothing, guys. Apparently some chicken wire from one of the farms just got on the tracks. Surprised it made it this far towards the back of the train. Once it was removed, Henry left. He had to make up for lost time now, and was annoyed about the chicken fence getting under his truck somehow. Both Nelson and James were still shaken, however. They knew what could have happened if it had been some of the material for the wall. Both of them had previously worked on an industrial rail line during World War I, after all.
Well, at least chicken wire isn't explosive.
James tried to joke. Yeah, I guess it isn't, James, said Nelson. At last they arrived at the end of the line.
This is it,
said James.
Farquhar Station.
Nelson looked around. It's a little small, but very pleasant.
This is where I'm going to have to leave you, Nelson. I need to take that line of trucks back with me to Tidmouth.
Nelson watched as James pulled away. He was feeling excited. In an hour, he'd have to take Annie and Clarabelle back down the line, on his first passenger duty on his own at the island of Sodor.
Just remember what I taught you,
said James as he pulled out.
and you'll do fine. And don't let the trucks push you around. They can be extremely troublesome on this branch line. I'm glad I'm done with it for now.
Nelson put Annie and Clarabelle gently into a siding and headed off to get himself a drink of water before turning around and starting his first duties.